Hey, this is Alex with AFS 401k. It's episode number 85 of Money Hacks, and for the last day, month, maybe the entire year, investors have been hearing about and talking about inflation. And do we have a heightened level of inflation? Now, the Federal Reserve has been talking about it being transitory, meaning that it's temporary, and the increase in cost of goods and services will start to go down. But as many individuals and families have maybe read about, you might have seen in an article, but certainly experienced when it comes to your wallet, inflation is here right now. What is it? Well, very simply put, it's this increase in the cost of goods and services that we buy on a regular basis. The most obvious of this, I think, is with respect to groceries. When you go to the grocery store and you feel like you spent $150 or $200 and you didn't really get that much. And maybe a year ago you were spending $110 or $100. But we're starting to see inflation spread across the economy. Earlier this year, prices on things like used cars or used vehicles had gone up dramatically. It can be attributed to the low interest rate environment and easy money policies employed by the Federal Reserve to get us through the COVID pandemic and get the economy moving again. It can also be attributed to some of the supply chain issues that we've been seeing across the last several months, and that seem to still persist. As a bonus, I've heard if you're going to be doing some holiday shopping, you might want to start it early, because a lot of the things that you or your family, maybe your kids want, may be hard to find come late November or early December. So is inflation here to stay? Is it something that will start to go back down and you'll see costs come in line with what you're used to? It's hard to say for sure, and there's definitely a couple of different camps on this. But the one challenge that we have with inflation is that even as the financial markets have done well through 2021 and even the last several years, and maybe you feel like you have more money in your retirement accounts or other investments that you have, if inflation ticks up and stays up at a higher level, it means doing things and buying things is going to cost us a lot more, and therefore the appreciation we may have seen in our assets, or even our incomes perhaps, is not as real as the dollar amounts we see on paper or in our bank account. So with that in mind, it's something to keep an eye on, but also it's a good time, as I always say, to revisit your overall cash flow, your spending, and make sure you're still hitting those financial goals and milestones that you've set for yourself throughout the year. This is also a great time to reassess and start planning as we get into the holiday season when spending can pick up. We're also coupled with, I think, a renewed spirit of getting back out and getting back to a more normal life, meaning that perhaps you're going to have additional expenses as you go into the end of 21 and into 2022. So if you have questions, I'd love for you to reach out on social or find our team at AFS 401k. Check out our site, moneynav.com. Hope this video was helpful. See you again next time.